Imagine a world where cars drive themselves, where accidents are rare, traffic jams are a thing of the past, and you can use your commute to catch up on work, watch a movie, or simply relax. That future might not be as far off as you think. But as exciting as it sounds, the road to driverless cars isn't without its bumps. Today, we're diving deep into the promises and challenges of autonomous vehicles. And trust me, this is a ride you don't want to miss. Driverless cars, also known as autonomous vehicles or self-driving cars, are equipped with advanced sensors, cameras, and AI systems that allow them to navigate roads without human input. Companies like Tesla, Waymo, and even tech giants like Google and Apple are racing to make this technology mainstream. But how exactly do these cars work? And more importantly, what does their rise mean for the future of transportation? Let's start by understanding the incredible benefits they offer. One of the most compelling arguments for driverless cars is their potential to dramatically reduce accidents. Did you know that over 90% of car accidents are caused by human error? Fatigue, distractions, and even drunk driving would become problems of the past with autonomous vehicles. These cars use systems like LiDAR and radar to detect and respond to their surroundings much faster than any human could. Picture this: vehicles communicating with each other in real time, optimizing routes, and eliminating unnecessary braking or lane changes. Traffic flow could become smoother, saving countless hours that are currently wasted in gridlocks. Plus, with better efficiency, we might even see a reduction in fuel consumption and emissions. Driverless cars could be life-changing for people with disabilities, the elderly, or those unable to drive for other reasons. Autonomous vehicles open up a world of independence, allowing anyone to travel safely and conveniently. The autonomous vehicle industry is set to create millions of jobs, from manufacturing and programming to maintenance and ride-sharing services. Plus, think of all the time commuters could save. What could you accomplish if you had an extra hour or two every day? But with great power comes great responsibility. For all their potential, driverless cars also face some significant roadblocks. The technology might be impressive, but it's far from perfect. Imagine a self-driving car having to make a split-second decision in a moral dilemma, like choosing between swerving into a pedestrian or hitting another vehicle. How do we program ethics into a machine? There's also the question of cybersecurity. Autonomous vehicles are essentially computers on wheels, making them vulnerable to hacking. And what about privacy concerns? Your car would be collecting and sharing data about your every move, literally. The future of transportation is closer than we think, but it's not without its share of complexities. Let's dive into the obstacles that need to be overcome before self-driving cars become a reality for everyone. One of the most talked about challenges of driverless cars is the ethical dilemma they face in critical situations. It's often referred to as the trolley problem. Imagine this: a driverless car is headed for an unavoidable collision. Should it prioritize the safety of its passengers or the pedestrians in its path? These are decisions human drivers often make in split seconds, instinctively or emotionally. But for an autonomous vehicle, these choices must be pre-programmed. The question is, who decides what the car should do in such situations? The programmers? Governments? The car's owner? What's even more complex is the variation in ethical values across cultures. A recent study showed that people in different countries have different moral preferences. For instance, some prioritize saving younger lives over older ones, while others believe in equal value for all lives. Designing a one-size-fits-all ethical framework for driverless cars might be an impossible task. While the technology behind self-driving cars is impressive, it's far from perfect. One key issue is environmental unpredictability. Autonomous vehicles rely on sensors and cameras to navigate their surroundings. But what happens in heavy rain, snow, or fog? These conditions can obscure road markings, signage, and even pedestrians, making it difficult for a car's AI to make safe decisions. Then there's the problem of complex urban environments. Cities are chaotic, with jaywalking pedestrians, unexpected construction zones, and bicyclists weaving through traffic. Even advanced AI struggles to interpret and react to such dynamic scenarios consistently. Another challenge? High-definition mapping. Driverless cars require detailed maps of their environment to function. But these maps need constant updating to reflect road changes, new construction, and traffic patterns. Ensuring this level of accuracy on a global scale is a monumental task. Now let's talk about something that should concern all of us: cybersecurity. Driverless cars are essentially computers on wheels, and like any connected device, they're vulnerable to hacking. Imagine a scenario where a malicious hacker takes control of a self-driving car. They could cause accidents, steal personal data, or even hold vehicles ransom in what's known as a cyber hijacking. As we move towards a more connected future, protecting these systems from attacks will be critical. Privacy is another hot topic. Autonomous vehicles collect vast amounts of data: where you go, how long you stay, and even what music you listen to. Who owns this data? And how can we ensure it isn't misused by corporations or governments? These are questions that regulators and tech companies must address before self-driving cars can hit the mainstream. Driverless cars promise to create new industries, but they'll also disrupt existing ones, particularly jobs in transportation. Think about truck drivers, taxi drivers, and delivery workers. These roles employ millions of people worldwide. If autonomous vehicles take over, what happens to those workers? The ripple effect could be enormous, impacting not just individuals but entire communities and economies. At the same time, automation could reduce costs for companies, leading to lower prices for consumers. But is that trade-off worth the potential for widespread unemployment? Finding a balance will be one of society's biggest challenges in the coming years. The challenges facing driverless cars are daunting, but they're not insurmountable. Governments, tech companies, and researchers are working tirelessly to address these issues. From developing more robust AI systems to creating fair regulations, the future of driverless cars will depend on collaboration and innovation. What do you think about the challenges we've discussed so far? Are they deal breakers or simply speed bumps on the road to innovation? Let us know in the comments below. We've covered the benefits and challenges of driverless cars, but now it's time to shift gears and explore the exciting progress being made. From groundbreaking innovations in technology to evolving regulations, let's dive into how the world is working to make self-driving cars a safe and practical reality. Tech companies and automakers are making incredible strides in solving the technical limitations of driverless cars. Autonomous vehicles are constantly learning to handle complex driving scenarios. Through millions of simulated and real-world miles, AI systems are improving their ability to recognize and respond to unpredictable situations, like sudden lane changes or jaywalking pedestrians. LiDAR and radar systems are becoming more advanced and cost-effective. These sensors now offer higher resolution, enabling cars to detect objects more accurately, even in challenging weather conditions. For example, Tesla's full self-driving software and Waymo's proprietary hardware are pushing the boundaries of what's possible. One of the most promising innovations is vehicle-to-vehicle (V2V) and vehicle-to-infrastructure (V2I) communication. Imagine cars talking to each other and the surrounding infrastructure in real time to prevent accidents and optimize traffic flow. This interconnected ecosystem could transform urban mobility. As technology advances, so does the need for thoughtful regulations to ensure safety and fairness. Governments are working together to establish universal standards for autonomous vehicles. These guidelines cover everything from safety testing and data privacy to ethical decision-making. For example, the EU and the US are collaborating on initiatives to streamline certification processes and encourage innovation. In the US, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration (NHTSA) has introduced frameworks for testing autonomous vehicles under controlled environments before they're allowed on public roads. Similar efforts are underway in countries like Japan and Germany. Many cities are running pilot programs to test driverless cars in real-world conditions. For example, Waymo has launched a self-driving taxi service in Phoenix, Arizona, and companies like Cruise and Zoox are testing similar programs in cities like San Francisco. These trials not only improve the technology, but also help people become more comfortable with the idea of driverless cars. Even the most advanced technology won't succeed without public trust. That's why companies are investing in education and awareness campaigns to help people understand how driverless cars work and why they're safe. These efforts include public demonstrations, community outreach programs, and partnerships with academic institutions to train the next generation of engineers and researchers. The goal? To address concerns, dispel myths, and build confidence in the technology. So, what does the future hold? The rise of driverless cars is closely tied to the development of smart cities. Imagine roads equipped with sensors, traffic lights that communicate with vehicles, and parking lots that guide cars to available spots. These innovations could revolutionize urban living. With autonomous ride-sharing services, owning a car might become a thing of the past. Instead, people could rely on fleets of self-driving vehicles for their daily commutes, reducing congestion and freeing up valuable urban space currently used for parking. Ultimately, driverless cars have the potential to create a safer, more efficient, and more inclusive transportation system. But achieving this vision will require collaboration between governments, tech companies, and society as a whole. Driverless cars are more than just a technological marvel. They represent a shift in how we think about mobility, safety, and the future of our cities. But their success depends on solving complex challenges, building trust, and ensuring that the benefits are shared by everyone. What do you think? Are driverless cars the key to a brighter future, or are they raising more questions than answers? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the innovations shaping our world. Together, we can explore the exciting possibilities of tomorrow, one topic at a time.